So, Marvel has done it again. The question is, can they keep this going? I really want to know, and I really do hope they do keep this going. So I just read Ultimate Spider-Man number 8, and this book again builds upon the story that Marvel has been telling. So in Ultimate Spider-Man number 7, Iron Lad shows up, Tony Stark's son, and there's a conversation that ensues between Spider Man, the Green Goblin, and Iron Lad. And, well, or let's say it starts in that comic book, and he's going, arrives right at the end of the book, and he's going to now explain to Spider-Man and the Green Goblin what's going on behind the scenes. So in this book, Spider-Man finds out, Peter Parker, Spider-Man finds out that he was on the very top of the Maker's list of people that the Maker absolutely wanted to make sure never got superpowers. Peter Parker was that important. It was important enough that the Maker wanted to make every opportunity to remove him off the chessboard. But you also find out that Green Goblin wasn't on that list. And, he Osborn asked the question, well, where was I on the list? And Iron Lad lets him know, well, you weren't on the list. So you can tell he's kind of not really feeling too good about that. He's kind of got a little bit of well, not kind of, he has a little bit of an ego thing going on. Peter Parker being his comedic self, always with something funny or witty to say, and you see that in this book. Again, I go back to the relationship dynamic with Peter and his family. The book opens up to Mary Jane talking with Peter. They're about to have a birthday party for their two kids, and you see him kind of introspectively thinking about something as the book opens. I want to give you something, but I don't want to give too much away. I actually want you to go buy the book. It's enjoyable. I think books like this don't come often from mainstream comics. So when they do, you want to have the opportunity to go buy this book and go enjoy it. Go buy it, go enjoy it. I think you will. If you're a fan of comic books, you will enjoy this book. But Peter Parker, the book opens with him just you can tell he's contemplating a lot of things. Things are happening fast. This book is much different from the Spider-Man comic books of old. Peter didn't get the opportunity from a child to grow into Spider-Man, throughout high school. He's a grown man with a family and kids, and now this thing is thrust upon him, and you see the weight of that responsibility of a family, kids, and now you're Spider-Man, and now you found out these things about the Earth. Things are not what they should be. And to some degree, he always felt that way. Like deep down inside, he knew something is off, but I can't tell exactly what's off. Now that he's been given this suit, given these powers, now he knows this was missing. I didn't know exactly what it was, but now I know it was this. And again, that dynamic, watching him with his family, with his kids, Uncle Ben is alive. I think Hickman is doing a great job with this story because I think and I don't know this for a fact, it seems like Hickman was looking at the comic landscape, looking at what was going on with Spider-Man. He knows what's missing. He knows what fans have always been calling for. And thus he said to himself, you know what? I'm going to craft a story that's going to give fans what they've been yearning for years. And bravo, he has done that. Cachetto's art matches his story. I know I've said that a dozen times already, but it really does. I like how these panels show up. It feels like, when you watch a movie and something happens, You're shocked, but you're not shocked. Like you expected something like this to happen, but the fact that the writer is actually giving you, the fan, what you wanted, you're like, yo, okay, let's go. I like this. That's what I'm getting from Ultimate Spider-Man. So they go into the birthday party. Jameson shows up, Uncle Ben, they're having a party, having some conversations, but then the scenes pan over to Kingpin. Kingpin is having a meeting with all of his different generals from the boroughs. And you see the formulation of a new Sinister Six. Now, the Sinister Six over the years have been different things, but this Sinister Six is Martin Lee, Mr. Negative, the Black Cat, Sergei Craven, the Hunter, Mysterio, the Mole Man, and Kingpin himself. And when Mysterio shows up, I was like, yo, again, the panels were very good, very well done. So I'm excited about this. The action is ramping up. I don't know what direction Marvel is going to take with this book in the greater Marvel landscape. I hope something good happens out of this, and I hope this is the launching point for Marvel to have a reboot. I'm not really a fan of constant reboots, but I think with Ultimate Spider-Man, this is a book that's worth lynch pinning off of for a complete Marvel reboot, in my humble opinion, because the direction of Hickman in these stories are good. Good enough that if this bled over to the rest of Marvel, man, we are in for some good things.